Hey guys, it's Goat the Great, playing a little bit of Child of Eden, or as I like to call it, Frustration of Eden. One frustrating game here. But yes, on my last video some questions were asked of me, and I figured I'd take this opportunity to give answers. The first question that was asked by StrongForce79, I believe. And the question that he asked was basically, in this day and age, age of materialism and such, how do I stay focused on what's important? Saving money for the future, saving money to buy a home, things like that. This one is actually pretty easy for me to answer, and it's probably not fair that I even answer this because as a child I was pretty much groomed on how to use money. And when I say groomed, what I basically mean is I didn't grow up rich or anything like that, so I was always taught to save. I was always taught to make smart purchasing decisions. So growing into adulthood, it was pretty easy for me to make that transition because it was already instilled in me years before I even knew what and how I should be using money. So all that I can say in regards to that is, as adults, we should really know how and what and when to spend money. If you know that you have important things to do, frivolously spending cash on trivial things that you don't need really isn't a hard decision to make. You're an adult. Adults make adult decisions, and making the decision to keep your money for things that are important versus wristwear and jewelry and things like that is just another decision that adults make in everyday life. You have to put your priorities before frivolous and trivial things like jewelry. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I can say on that. I really don't have a problem when it comes to focusing on not making poor purchasing decisions. The second question that was asked of me was asked by Skrillakev. He wanted to know, how do I deal with work stress, work-related stress. Work-related stress, how do I deal with that? Honestly, I don't even think I have a formula for dealing with work-related stress. Something at work is stressing me out, I pretty much just try to deal with it at the moment that it's occurring. And how I deal with it is I just inhale and exhale, and I remind myself that I'm not doing this job because I want to do it. I'm doing the job because I pretty much need to do it to support myself, to support my family, to afford the life that I live, you know. So, oh my God, are you serious? So those things pretty much help me stay grounded when it comes to making work-related stress not get to me. It's the end result. I'm not doing it because I want to. I'm doing it because I have to, and there's a greater good behind it. That's pretty much what I do in regards to that. As for what you can do, honestly, it's hard for me to say, man. Everyone deals with stress differently. The third question that was asked by me of Zero X Shinobi, and what he asked was, what do I do in situations when family buys a bunch of junk food and I'm sitting at home doing nothing? Or what do I do when I'm in a situation where I'm out and all my friends are deciding, you know what, they're hungry and they're gonna go to McDonald's? What do I do? Well, the family situation, that's not too difficult because I don't really even think my family buys food, to be honest with you. They cook, and when they do buy, if it's junk food and I'm sitting at home not doing anything, honestly, I eat it. I eat it. But what I do with junk food is I don't make it a regular thing. I may have junk, but it's very infrequent. You know, if you have junk food once or twice a week, and you're actually an active person, it's not going to be detrimental to your health. If you're eating junk food every day and you're not an active person, then it is going to be detrimental. So you pretty much want to put yourself in a position where you're not eating junk food on a regular basis. And if you're in an environment where it is being used on a regular basis, maybe you may want to kind of shy away from it a bit. As for when I'm with my friends and they're deciding to go to a place like McDonald's, it again comes back to what I was saying on my last video. You really want to put yourself in a position where you're not constantly spending time around people that are making poor decisions that you yourself don't want for yourself. So there's nothing wrong with hanging out with some friends that want to eat McDonald's, but am I hanging out with those friends on a daily basis? Am I hanging out with them on a monthly basis? Am I hanging out with them on a weekly basis? And how often are they deciding to go to McDonald's? Like, I may go to McDonald's with them once or twice, you know, grab a salad one time, another time I may grab a burger. But that's about it. I'm not going to go to McDonald's every day or every week or every other day or anything like that. It's the food that's served there is pretty bad. And, you know, I can't constantly go there with them. If they are only into eating McDonald's, then sorry, you know, you guys can go enjoy your McDonald's and we can link up at some other time. I'm gonna go down the street and I don't know, I'm gonna grab a piece of rotisserie chicken, or I don't know, something else, something that doesn't involve a ton of bread and bad meat and things like that. So yeah, that's pretty much the answers that I can give. Like I said, I'm no guru. It's just my lifestyle and my experiences that I can really only speak on. So yeah, as I'm in the process of doing this, I may as well go ahead and do my my tag video. I've recorded that tag video what has to be 5 or 6 times, and I don't know, call me anal, but when things don't come out the way that I like them to come out, I just trash it. So I have like 5 or 6 videos that I meant to put up on YouTube for the tag, never did it, and it just like time just went by and now it's like forever and the video tag still hasn't been done. But the 5 games that I intend on doing by the or completing, I should say, by the end of the summer, which is really difficult. I don't even see myself being able to complete 5 games by the end of the summer. I'd probably beat this game because I only have 1 more level to go, and LA Noire, Infamous 2, Mortal Kombat 9, and Fear 3. Those are the games I would want to complete by the end of the summer, but knowing myself realistically, that is not going to happen. I would definitely like to complete those games by the end of the summer, however. Another thing that was asked is for a tag to be done, to tag a few people on the video. I don't know too many people that play video games that are on YouTube that make videos, and those that do make videos that are on YouTube, they've already been tagged, so I really don't have anyone to tag on this. I guess I'll tag Industrial Gamer, which pretty much is probably pointless because 1, he may not see this video, and 2, it seems like he beats everything like a few days after getting it. It doesn't really take much time to beat any of the games he plays. So, you know, Industrial Gamer, if you see this and there are games you have not beasted through already, let's see what you want to play, or complete I should say, by the end of the summer. Yeah, that would pretty much be it. Industrial Gamer, I can't think of anyone else. Maybe Point Blank Games, I don't even know if he was tagged in this tag series, but if you weren't tagged, what games do you intend on beating by the end of the summer? And that would be the end of it. That is my tag, and those are my answers on my questions. in this live commentary. God knows it was probably terrible because I get very distracted when I'm doing live commentary and playing games at the same time. But it is what it is. Yeah, I'm going to continue to play Child of Eden with its trippy graphics and frustrating gameplay. And that would be it, guys. I guess I'll catch you on another video. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask. I'll do my best to answer. And yeah, peace. I'm out of here. Later.